Previously on the It's Me, Shelle podcast. No, let's talk behind the scenes.
We need some help. This is a crop of help. This isn't even a podcast.
Right. You blinking? Are you blinking?
What?
Is that
Yeah, okay. All right. Make the call.
right? Let's call the peoples.
Get them in here. We're gonna need them.
Well, my question. This is the highlight question of
Okay.
the episode. Comedy clicks, right? Are they a thing? Do they exist? Do they affect the comedy culture? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let's talk about it. All right, mi gente. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of 2, Chillin with comedian Darnell Morris. If you haven't tuned into part 1, make sure you head over to YouTube or wherever you stream your podcasts and, tune in because it's a vibe. Also, behind the scenes on Patreon. All right, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I see you. It's me. It's me. It's me, Shelle, bitch.
Hey, gente! Welcome back to another week of the It's Me, Shelle podcast. And remember, my job is to make your road to Friday a lot easier.
I mean, because I was gonna say I hate them, but I don't like to use the word hate ever.
Okay.
I highly dislike them. I've never, you know what it is? I've never been one to be in a comedy clique because I just haven't been. I like to be able to work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Once you get into that clique thing, it's kind of like gang type shit.
Right.
So it's like, yo, we rock together, we book shows together. We don't book any outsiders. It's just us, and we go and do this show, that show, and that show. And a lot of times it's like, yo, they want to go do another show, and they're like, no, I don't think so. Now, what I dislike about the flick thing is, I'll give you a perfect example. I was performing at a club, which will not be named because I'll be back there soon. But it was a competition. Now, my name is fairly well known in the comedy arena, I should say, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you see Darnell Morris on there, people start to feel a certain type of way, a little bit. Which is cool, fine, I don't care. Everybody's entitled to their feelings. I don't want to invalidate anybody's feelings. I know we're in a sensitive culture.
Very sensitive.
But, so we go up, they send me an email. The show was booked 2 weeks in advance. They send me an email 6 days beforehand with the ticket link. So I'm like, y'all trying to sell tickets to this or not? Because why would you send that 6 days in advance? But then in the email, it also said, oh, you're in a comedy competition. I said, when did all of this happen? I didn't sign up for all the, whatever. I go there, I perform, I crush it. I mean, simply put, I crush it. So they're announcing the winners. They go number 3, such and such. I was like, okay. But again, I'm a humble dude. So it's not like I'm like, yo, I got the belt. I'm happy to be placed. I'm happy to be there. First of all, it's a great stage and a great crowd. Then the number 2 name comes up. And I was like, it wasn't me. I said, did I just win this thing? And then the winner's name comes up and it wasn't me. So I was there with about 4 or 5 people. And I said, yo, take all the emotion out of it. These are like business associates. We have that ability to do it. I said, were there 3 people funnier in here than me tonight? Because I didn't see it. And everybody said, there was one guy who gave some really close competitions. He said, but she, he, they said, there's no way you should have been out of the top 3. That's that click shit that I'm talking about. Like they had these winners pre-designed, predetermined before they came there, but you took everybody's money. That's my problem with this. Mm-hmm. If you're going to take everybody's money, then everybody gets a fair shake. But you're not going to tell me the young lady behind me, she was good, but come on.
She wasn't Darnell.
I couldn't name a joke from her set. And I don't even like to trash other comedians because she wasn't terrible. She just wasn't on fire that night. She might be an excellent comedian. I don't know. It's the only time I've ever seen her.
She had an
Yeah, I know she didn't do better than me. That's all I know. And neither did the other two people. But that's what I say about these click things, because people do go to a club. Okay, so if you're doing open mics and stuff like that, you might hit the same. You're gonna frequent the same clubs a lot. So when people get familiar with you, yes, they're more likely to give you a shot, because then the winner goes on to get like 4 headlining jobs at big. But I'm like, I don't care how long somebody's been here. If they're still not funny, why would you have them headline at any club?
Right.
So I'll be back there on the 28th. I hope to prove a point.
Mm.
I'm
Is it
going after. I'm going for the kill.
is it gonna be another competition, or is it just like open mic?
Oh no, it'll be a competition.
Really?
Yeah, I
Hey.
want to know. I just set it up today, so hopefully I'll get the confirmation email tomorrow. But October 28th, because I already was at Broadway on the 29th, and then I got the filming on the 30th. But the 28th is stand. Now that left a bad taste in my mouth. So I said, nah, we're not doing this. And you're gonna put some respect on the craft. Forget my name, forget me as a person. But the work, the jokes, you're gonna put some respect on that. Because I
Mm,
worked way too hard and them jokes was smacking.
damn. I'm sure you got it this time. I'm sure you got
Uh,
it.
if not, listen, I take it like auditions, man. It's just whatever. Whatever happens, happens. But I just keep working, keep grinding, keep focused, keep staying hungry. I look at my kids. My kids like, yo, you going out to tell jokes tonight? That's all the encouragement I need.
Mm.
And it's time to go to work.
I really love your
How,
determination.
Michelle, how old are your kids?
So I have 4, but 2 of them are mine and 2 of them are my husband's. So
Okay.
altogether, we have 4. So my son is 20. My
Okay.
daughter is 17.
Hmm.
His oldest son is 20 as well. And our little one, she just turned 9.
You're going to have to get rid of her.
You
Y'all
know,
almost out the house.
that's exactly what I said. I remember the day too. I looked at him and I said, "When did we decide to start over?" And he's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah." And I'm just like, "We were this
You were
close."
there. You were there.
I
Uh,
saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I saw the backpacking. I saw I saw me doing crazy things. I saw the adventures. And then all
Traveling the world,
saw it.
sipping mimosas wherever.
I saw it. I saw myself opening up the French doors with that nasty ass French air. And I'm just yes, in my underwear, like, hello, wee, wee. And then it was just all ripped from me.
Man, listen, I had 2 friends over the past 6 months. One friend had a 17-year-old only child. The other young lady had a 16-year-old only child. How they both managed to get pregnant at this point and have another child, I said I would have killed myself.
No, unacceptable.
17 back to 1? Nah, I'm going to have to be a regular black dad and disappear.
That's acceptable. I will completely understand why. Like
My
even
kids, my kids like magic anyway. Voila, I'm gone.
poof. Like even her as the pregnant woman, I would be like, well, you know what? I deserve this. It's my fault. I totally get it. Don't come back. I totally understand what I've done
I
here.
asked them though. I asked them. I said, "Well, why don't you just get rid of it?" And they said, "What if it's my last chance?" I said, "20 years ago was your last chance. It's over.
It was your
You're
last.
gonna be, you're gonna be 60 with a child living in your house."
I mean, right. And they're the ones looking at you funny, like, okay, is she going today? Is this all mine? No, no.
Hmm.
Oh, she woke up. Forget it. Forget it, guys.
Look, I
Don't
look at. Hey, I'm 40. I still look at my mama that way. I'm like, she coughed earlier today. I said, this might be it.
right,
This
right.
might be it. Put the place on the market.
Mama, you good? Oh, she's good. She's good. She's good. Not yet. Not yet.
Then I send the little one in there with a pillow. I'll put that over her face. Help her around.
The little one is a gangster, so I believe it. The little one is the gangster. She's like, "All right,
She's like,
daddy,
which? She's like, which pillow? I'm like, all right. You know what? Bad idea. Bad idea.
go sit down. Go read a
Yeah.
book. Go read a book."
Oh man.
So we are all
Fatherhood has been fun though. Yeah.
really? Do you
That's been the best job of my life.
so I feel like because I had kids, at least my son, I had my son at a very young age. And I feel like I didn't start appreciating what parenthood was up until he was a teenager. And I'm just like,
Well,
okay,
you had your child at what, 6, and then you started the podcast at 12.
right.
So
How did you know?
But go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. Usually
No,
I clown all day.
listen, it's totally fine. I'm here for it. This is what I do at work. This is what we're just one person at work. That's all we do. We get work done, but that's just all we do. And the day's like this. It's like we
So now
never.
you so now you identify as we.
I'm-
Yeah.
you know,
Where's this husband of yours? Get him on here.
I feel like the community we needs more representation.
Oh, I was like, I don't know if your husband know. He dating three different people. He married to three different people.
Oh, he knows.
No, you're Dominican, so I mean, is he Dominican?
No, he's not. He is black.
Oh, poor brother. He might not have known because I didn't get the whole manual before. That I was just like, yo, they hot. then you get there, you're like, yo, they crazy.
They
And you're
have
like, yo, I love it until the pot flies back. And you're like,
right, right, and you're just like, Was that a cast iron skillet? That'll kill me." No, I'm not that hot headed though. Not at all. I'm not. I don't identify as a stereotypical Dominican woman.
without the violence?
I don't. It's so funny. Growing up, can I tell you, growing up, people would be like, "Well, no, you're not Dominican." I'm like, "Oh, why not?" And they're like, "Oh, because you don't have an accent." I'm like, "So I'm supposed to talk like this all the time? Like I'm supposed to have an accent all the time?" And they're like,
Huh.
"Yeah, pretty much." I'm like, "But I don't."
No, you got to say, I'm Dominican. I said, I'm not off the boat. I'm just Dominican.
Like
Like, I'm black. Do I
I,
have to speak
I
African?
right. Like, I mean, we didn't swim here, so we could speak English. Oh yeah, I got a lot of heat for that.
Who cares? My kids are Spanish. They don't even speak Spanish. We're actually now all learning together, which has been a really cool, fun adventure because their abuela only speaks Spanish, and I want the kids to have a conversation with their grandmother before she passes as she gets older. I don't know why this is my job and not their mother's job, who's actually Dominican. And then you know what? Here's the bullshit. Here's the bullshit. Here's why I don't like people. This is when people get on my nerves. Then I'm teaching the girl Spanish. And she says, "What is this Italian accent?" She says, "It sounds terrible." I said, "Listen, you haven't taught them si, no, que lo que, casa." I said, "When you say a word, come out at me."
Right,
Right
right.
now, I'm one of those that has to try. Education is very important in my house.
I love that. My husband doesn't know Spanish, so I speak to him in Spanish sometimes, and he has the same accent. He has like an Italian accent, and I always ask him like, "Why do you have an Italian accent?" He goes, "I don't know. That's just how it comes out." I'm like, "Okay, I get it. Let's
I don't
go."
know. It's a weird thing.
It
It's a
is.
weird thing. But I'm like, you understand me. Shut up. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Right. Oh, I'm so happy for y'all. I like that for y'all.
Oh,
Maybe
what? Us getting cursed at by Dominicans?
no, you teaching them Spanish and learning Spanish with them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, we have fun and they enjoy it. I mean, as long as it's fun, I try and keep everything fun and educational and light with them. There's not a for the kids. And I still remember a time like when I was a kid and going out to the park and how my mom, you remember how it was when we were young? Your parents let you go out to the park, at least with dudes. At least with dudes. Let's go out to the park at 9 a.m. during the summer. She wouldn't see me until the street. Like, we talking about 14 hours. They don't know where I went to the bathroom. They don't know where I ate. They don't know if I'm kidnapped. They don't know what the hell going on. I said, but you can't do that anymore.
It's a different world now.
And it's sad. Like, I remember trick or treating little things. And these are just experiences that they're not going to have. So
It's
I
true.
do the best and I take them everywhere I can. I try and expose them to everything.
Right. And it's because it's also for their knowledge and just for them to grow, just knowing different things instead of being stuck in the same community, knowing the same thing that everybody else knows. They can actually have conversations.
Oh, absolutely. That's the trap. That's the trap. Because I know a lot of people in the South Bronx, they ain't left Jerome Avenue. They're not about to leave Jerome Avenue.
Right. It's true. It's true.
Haven't left the state.
Ever. I used to live on like University, like by Grand Ave, like University Avenue,
Yeah, I
like
know
that,
what you're talking about.
right, that little
In the
hub there.
Bronx.
Yeah, and there were so many people who had never like every summer we used to go to Dominican Republic. That was our vacation every summer. I knew people who were like, "Oh, you take a plane every summer?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh no, we've never been on a plane." I'm like, "How is that possible?"
I know people in Long Island that have never been to Manhattan.
That's crazy.
How is that possible?
No, that's nuts.
And they're white. I was like, you have all the privilege. Why are you not everywhere?
Right. Right. You have all the privilege. You can be wherever you want at any time of the
Mm.
day or night.
Well, I don't know. I started traveling. I was very fortunate, with my family to be exposed to travel very early, which gave me a different view and a broader view. So you asked me earlier about comedy, where I get my stuff from. Man, really just life experiences. Like there's this show on my page with Broadway Comedy Club. There are 4 different jokes in that set. Those jokes were things people said to me over the course of the last 15 years that all came into alignment that night on the spot because I had a bunch of coworkers that were in the crowd, and the jokes were people talking shit about me.
Yeah.
So I just singled out them and made it sound like they said the joke about me. But looking back at it, and I'm bringing that up because I mean that's probably the most proud I've been of some work in a while because I was like, yo, that was completely off the top, and just to see where my mind went, it gave me the next level of confidence too. Like, yo, you got this. Just relax.
One thing during our conversation this entire time, one thing I love that you do is you not only do you hype yourself up, but you are your biggest fan. Like you are your biggest supporter. And I love that
I have
because
to be.
you don't see that all the
Mm,
time. And that's why a lot of people get broken or
mm,
they stop trying or, they're just like, oh, I'm
mm.
not good enough, but not you. And I love that. I love that.
Listen, I have a saying. It's like, yo, if you don't believe in yourself, why would I believe in you? If you don't invest in yourself, why would I invest in you?
Yeah.
People sit around wait for somebody to just acknowledge their genius, and it's like, nah, bro, you gotta still put in some work here. Like, there's people out here really working, and you think that you're funny or you think that your podcast is good or whatever, but you put in no work and expect all of this, and then get jealous and jaded and hurt.
Right.
No, no, brother, I don't even keep people like that in my circle because that negative energy, that's toxic.
Right.
I'll go back with my ex-wife before that happens.
Oof. And we all know. All know.
I'll go back to that ass whooping first.
No, no, no. Please. Please don't. Please don't.
No, I'm good. I'm out here just focused on trying to work and make my kids proud of their dad.
And I'm sure they are. They see you grinding. I'm
They
sure they
better be or they'll be homeless.
right.
So, I mean,
And it's nothing more annoying than a kid say, "Daddy, I'm hungry." It's like, okay, I guess you gotta eat something. Fine, we'll figure this out.
oh no, but remember I told you how big they were. They eat like a basketball team. They eat everything. As soon as we get them in from school, they need a full 3-course meal. Like it's insane. I'm like, nah, y'all gonna have to start stripping or something because food is not free. Y'all have to walk your ass down to the pantry or something.
Right. Food is expensive right now, girls.
Hmm. Eggs. Remember when eggs were $9 over the summer? Man, please.
I don't even wanna talk about it. I remember I was so upset. I was like, "I'm not even gonna buy food no more." But then I figured out
Hmm.
I can't really steal it because you can't really walk in a store with a face like mine and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna steal all this stuff." Because I end up smiling and then just go right to the register like, "Alright, they got me again." Like, I just can't.
No, what are you kidding me? I would take you everywhere to steal with me. That's the face for stealing. My black ass is going to jail. I'm the decoy.
I was
So
just
while
about
they're
I'm the decoy and you're gonna take on and then we meet at the rendezvous point.
oh no, they're gonna be wrestling me down by the eggs, by the cheese. They're gonna get because I'm gonna look at them steaks because them steaks is flimsy now. So if I see a good steak and I got like 14 cartons of egg, I'm gonna get stuck right there because I'm like, oh, I can probably get this because you don't get good steak anymore. What? Huh?
Excuse me? You
Get
talking to me?
off me! Get
Right.
off me!
Wow.
You done broke all the damn eggs anyway.
Right. I didn't even steal
Is
them
it
yet.
really right? Is it really stealing if they're all broken?
Well, listen, Imma put you in the fiery seat of heat, all right? So,
Let's go.
listen, redundant is fiery seat of heat is super redundant because if it's fiery, it's hot, it is what it is. So, I'm gonna just on the spot question, so here we go, all right? In the
Okay.
spirit of Halloween, I wanted to ask you if you could have a dinner party with anyone who's passed away, who would your ideal guest or guests be?
Paul Mooney.
Okay.
Paul Mooney. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He played Negro Damas on Chappelle's show.
Oh, I know who he is.
Uh, yeah, he wrote for Richard Pryor. I'm friends with his kids.
Really?
Yeah, I never got a chance to meet Paul though, but I know both of his kids, Dwayne and Daryl Mooney. Never got a chance to meet him, but what a fantastic comedic mind. What a fantastic comedic mind. I would like to do like maybe him. It wouldn't be a bunch of comedians, a bunch of dead comedians, Richard
Right.
Pryor. Like I'm gonna need Bernie Mac. Like I want to pick some of these guys' minds because I want to see the thought process because it's genius and how they shape those characters into a version of themselves that was presentable on stage. 'Cause that's what it is. Either you're a great actor or you're really convicted in what you're saying. And I mean, these are three of the best to ever do it.
Mm. Mine was gonna be Bernie Mac, so I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, Bernie is hilarious, but Paul, man, Paul, his body of work. I mean, he wrote for Richard Pryor, and Richard Pryor is a little bit before me.
Oof.
But I mean, he wrote for Dave Chappelle. Like he wrote for everybody.
Uh,
So yeah, I would like to think. I'm always like that's why I like to talk to my family while they're alive. It would be weird if I talked to them while they were dead, but I like to get as much knowledge from everybody while they're still here. I said everybody's running around and just taking things for granted. I said when somebody dies, that's a Bible of knowledge that's lost.
uh,
So I said no, take your time and read that Bible, learn something, bring that down to the next generation.
I love that. All right. Top 3 comedians right now, and they don't have to be famous. They don't have to be in the public eye. They could be
Oh,
they could be yourself. They could be locals, up and coming. Just top 3.
that's a tough question because now I gotta monitor my shade here.
Ah,
Top top three comedians in the game right now to me. Dave Chappelle,
okay.
of course. I mean, he's undeniable.
Mm,
Kevin Hart, even though Kevin Hart is hit or miss, depending on who you ask.
mm.
But like I tell everybody, I said, listen, I don't have to be funny to everybody. I said I need to be funny to the right person, and and not everybody's gonna find my stuff funny. Different shows for different folks.
Mm.
And oh yeah, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle. It's gonna sound weird. Whitney Cummings.
Huh.
Whitney Cummings. She's hilarious. And
Mhm.
I'd actually like to put a tie in between Whitney Cummings and Wanda Sykes.
Okay. I like one.
Because Wanda Sykes hilarious. Oh, and Whitney, I've been a fan for hers for 15, 20 years. You know who special I've watched? The Ellen DeGeneres, the last one she did, because I never actually saw her do stand up, but I watched her last one, Relatable.
Okay.
Yo, it was gold. It was
Really?
hilarious. Like I was shocked. I didn't think I would laugh at all.
Hmm.
And I just watched Lunell's special the other day. Lunell, she's a good friend of mine. I thought the special was a little bit short. It was only 33 minutes. But I mean, she bodied it. It was just weird that it was only 33 minutes. Because I've seen her go on for 2 hours.
Damn. Maybe they did
Mm,
maybe they just clip like good parts or maybe who knows? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It was weird though. So I hope that answered that for you.
It does. And I thank you. All right. This is the second to
Mhm.
last. And it's super random. Will Smith or Chris Rock?
Just in general,
No context. Will Smith and Chris Rock. Or Chris Rock.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go with Will Smith.
Okay.
Number one, I've never found Chris Rock funny. Now that doesn't mean he's not funny. That just means he's not my cup of tea. Obviously, he's very successful, so he is funny to a lot of people.
Mhm.
But Will Smith has been getting his ass whooped in this media. Oh my God, this is worse than what's going on in Israel. This is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Somebody, please, just shut Jada up for a second. Isn't she an actress? Go act. Don't you
Please.
get a job? Get a job.
Can somebody just cast her ass in something so she can talk somewhere
Yeah,
else?
just
She could,
anything.
I just need to
Man, let
agree.
me tell you something. Will is such a better man than I am. Because if I come in that house and you write in one more fucking book, let me
Right.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna beat you to death with this book.
If
And then you're
you
gonna go on the red table, and then you have the nerve. You have the nerve to sit there and say, "Will better not use this as like some clickbait." What?
the
I
nerve.
know she's not talking. I'm sitting there like, yo, she over there having sex with Tupac's ghost, Will
Thank
Smith's brother, the
absolutely
father. She don't
everybody.
care. Will Smith. I said, I was looking at Will Smith movies, and it started to make sense because I was like, yo, Hancock, he was a superhero.
Mhm.
I said, wouldn't he have to be married to her? I said, in Hancock, he was also a drunk. Wouldn't he have to be married to her? Next came I Am Legend. Well, I can see where this relationship's going.
Exactly. No, someone needs to shut her up. If she talks about Tupac one more time, I just need Tupac to come up and be like, "Bitch, stop talking
Like,
about me."
bring that goddamn hologram back up.
Right.
Okay, a Tupac. And so he'd be like, yo, bitch, I told you, I'm only here for the night. I get around.
Get around because I am so sick of her, and I get it. Listen, she's trying to sell a book, right? But it's just like, how much more can one man take? Like, how much more can you just keep digging? And you know what? He's out here with this little smile on his face, and he's just like,
He's going
I,
to kill himself.
I
He's
love
going
her.
to have to.
I'm like, okay,
And I'm
okay.
not wishing that for Will, but Will, my man. But you know what? Here's what I also want to say, though. Because everybody's relationship is different, right? So what works for them might not work for you, might not work for me. So if it works for them, then I have, no problems with their relationship, but shut up about it. I'm in a relationship. I know more about your relationship than mine. And no, that doesn't mean I want to get more invested in mine. It's way too much. And thank God that there's no TV shows on. Because Jada getting all the press in the world.
Yep.
But it,
Can they do like a Set It Off 2 or something so she could be in it? I don't know. Can they just do something that takes a really
she's
long?
got she's got to come back. She's got two movie choices, okay? G.I. Jane 2, which would be funny. And I think that she should do that. But what I'm thinking of is you have her co-starring like with Will Smith in iRobot 2. Robots is still bald. It's
Right.
fine.
She's a new Sunny.
She can be an emotionless bitch there. It's great.
Right. It works. It works out. She could be
Will's getting fucked up anyway.
because he got fucked up by them robots.
Yeah. And then Jada, I think that's where the marriage took a turn. Jada says, you can't even beat up a robot. She's ridiculous. She's out of her mind.
She really there's something wrong with her. There is something wrong.
I'm not saying Will Smith is perfect, but I mean, you got a man out there making $20 million a film. Like, at which point is it, women, where we just shut up and just like, yo, you know what? I'm good. Because I feel like Jada done ran through all her money.
I mean, she must have. This is just, she's doing the
She hasn't made a movie since 1990, what? 4?
4?
Maybe she might have had one more recently, but I can't name anything since, Poetic Justice?
Poetic Justice.
Was she in it?
Justice.
Or was that?
Oh, that
was that Janet Jackson?
Janet.
See, you see what I'm talking about? Jada, knock it off.
Cut it out. It's like back in the day when he said, if you don't sit your ass down.
Yeah, right. You think she's out here winning Oscars and Emmys? She's not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And then she's sitting there, and I understand alopecia is a real disease, but she's sitting there talking about it like it's stage 4 cancer.
But can I tell you, from what I've read, and I don't know, maybe I didn't go down the rabbit hole as much as I should, but I heard that she gave herself alopecia. Like, she was never diagnosed with alopecia. Like, she just said.
Oh, please don't get me started with this foolishness.
Wow. Also, in her fucking book, she's just like, well, Tupac had alopecia. He never told anybody. He's been bald since I know Tupac. Like, he's never spoken about it, but he only told me because he trusted me. Jada, if
I can see the second book. Michael Jordan had alopecia too.
Right.
No, Jada. Some people just go bald.
Right.
And by the way, for somebody with alopecia, how come you're the only one with hair?
Because she got hair. She don't have. Usually alopecia, you see patches and stuff. She got
hair. Yeah. A nice little bob there.
Right.
And it works because she got a cute shaped head. It works. It's fine. You know, she's still doable.
I don't know about her. She just needs to shut the fuck up. I wish and pray that one of her friends. See, she don't even have good friends because one of her friends should be like, Jada, girl, you my girl and all, but you need to shut up. Stop talking about your relationship. Leave your damn husband alone. Just stop.
I don't know if she has friends. Even though I ask the same question to all women. Because I'll be sitting there, especially in the last few years, they're coming out here with these big ass Toys R Us giraffe ass eyelashes. And shit be a foot off your fucking face. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way you have friends. There's no way you have friends that told you that this looked good. And if you did, and you're trying to attract men, Why wouldn't you ask a man that? I have never looked at a woman and been like, yo, she's hot, but her eyelashes, like,
So you mean to tell me you never looked at a woman like, damn, her eyelashes looking right. She's sexy as fuck. Never, right?
I mean, once they're breathing, I'm like, I'm pretty game. My type is I like whoever likes me. Okay,
All
let's
right.
make it happen.
Right. Let's make it happen, Captain. All right. So this is my last question. All right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if okay, what advice would you give to aspiring comedians, whether they're starting out or they're
Quit,
seasoned?
quit now. Go
What?
back to school, prostitute your body, get money.
Right.
Nah,
Wow, such wise words.
let me make it first, and then I'll open up the door. No, I'd probably leave you with three things for young, new, up and coming comedians. Number one, have fun. You know, take it seriously. Write your jokes down. Please don't ever go on stage with a book and read your jokes. It's just, I don't care if it's your first show or your 15th show, it looks terrible and you come off lazy. Unless you make it as a prop in your set. But that's been so overdone. It's like maybe you should just take some time out to learn the joke if this is something that you wanted to do because you wouldn't go into any other job. Like you wouldn't become a surgeon without the training, right? I
Right.
would hope.
Talk about I gotta pull out that book again.
Yeah, no, what? What? This is my heart.
Right, right.
Number two, record everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're in a room with two people or 200 people. Record everything. Especially in today's day with digital content was so important. But even beyond that, though, you need a reference point to go back and look at yourself to say, okay, so I did this joke. Boom, there was a missed opportunity. That went really well. Like, if you're not doing that, I really don't know how you're even determining your success or how you're getting better. You just throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping it sticks.
Mm.
And the last thing I'll say is don't date or marry another comedian because eventually you're going to want to retire. And we're not that funny in a relationship. People like, you must have people laughing all day. No, I'm a regular person when I'm off. What's wrong with you?
Right. Like what do
Like, yeah, I just get off stage and I just keep telling dick jokes for the next 23
what?
hours. No, I have
That's the
kids.
point.
I have to go to PTA meetings. Like, you know, you know what I'm talking about? I like to go to the park and just sit there by myself and just chill.
Chill, right. You're not sitting at the park talking about why why does the
Guess
dick
what happened to me today? Like,
right.
you know the funny thing about skunks? No. People would look at me, I'd be locked up in a lunatic asylum.
Well, listen, I know a lot of people probably do think that though. I'm sure because they think that because you're a comedian and you're on stage, off stage, you must be like, oh, every day is funny. Every day. No, I still got to live my life. I'm still a normal person.
Yeah. I mean, granted, most of the day is funny, but there are some real challenges.
Right.
But you know, I said one of the biggest problems with being a comedian is everybody feels free to say everything to you all the time.
Hmm.
So I had one joke I did at the Broadway Comedy Club, and again, these are all true stories that just happened at different points in my life. So one of them was the guy asked me, we were talking about my kids. This was some years ago, and he said, "Do you know why you have two girls?" And I'm expecting a regular answer because I was a hoe, and he said, "No, it's because your sperm is gay." We're at work in a corporate environment.
What?
No fucks.
You're fired. You're fired.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe the things people say to me. So when y'all say, why do I walk around with a smile? I'd have to, because otherwise I'd be beating people to death on a daily basis.
And that is the advice for the week.
Yeah, right. This has been fun. I like this. Thank you, Michelle.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here. My people, mi gente, it's about that time. Darnell, like I said before, thank you, thank you, thank joining with me today. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to. I could have been a scammer. You don't even know.
Hey, you might still be a scammer. Who I still don't know. But I do want to make sure everybody takes a chance and follows me. All social media, it's Darnell Morris Comedy everywhere. And darnellmorris.com will be back up in the 2 weeks. We had to rebrand it
Okay.
and put it back out there. And, just like you have to do with your podcast, sometimes you got to refresh. You got to stay fresh and you got to upgrade. And people see the things, like if you ever come out to a comic show of mine, the amount of equipment I have for like a 5-minute open mic is insane. I've narrowed it down now, but people understand this was equipment that has been accumulated over years of work. Some has been updated and whatnot. I said, but it doesn't always come together at once, and that's what everybody always waits for. But stop waiting for that and enjoy that journey. Enjoy the learning, enjoy the failures, because those failures is not only something that you can learn from, it's something you can teach from. And I
Yes,
mean, if we were all a little bit more compassionate and inclusive, then
things would be a lot different. Wise words from a wise man. I really, really appreciate it. Appreciate you. I will make sure I put all the links, everything you need to do to DM, to follow, to subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you catch up on his shows. Will be in the description below. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it's free. Stop being so fucking cheap. Like, it's dead ass. It's just free. You press a
free.
button, that's it. You literally just press a button. That's all you got to do.
Even if it's not free. There was a comedian last week. We were talking about a $10 room. He's like, $10. I said, why are you even outside? Why are
Right.
you even outside if you don't have $10? How did you get out here? Who let you out?
Who brought you here?
I can't leave. I know if I leave my goddamn house, we're talking 200. Easy.
Right.
Easy.
I get it. Yeah.
Don't let me have to get gas. So you talking about $10, bro? I'd have been right in the crib. I'm not saying I always got it like that, but when I don't, guess what? I'm right here. I'll be chilling. I got TV.
Right.
I got beer. I got TV. I'm good.
Same. I'm chilling. So, and I'll definitely make sure to catch one of your shows. So make sure you shoot me, you text me, you let me know, addresses, whatever it is.
You don't have to come out to the stand. You won't have to come out to the stand with me. That's the spot. And make sure you edit that part out too. But that's the club. You don't have to cut that out. That's the club that picked 3 other winners. So I'm going back. I'm going back on the 28th.
I'll edit it out, but okay. All right.
No, you can leave that in there because I want them to know I'm coming. I'm coming back.
Right. Coming back to destroy everyone.
Everything. Residue and bones when it's over. And it's a really good time. There's good parking over there. It's a nice environment. It's a really nice. You know what? I perform in so many different spots. It's like, so sometimes it's hit or miss. But the stand is actually really nice. They got 2 rooms, upstairs and downstairs. Both of the rooms are gorgeous, though. And it's a good time. It's a reasonable place, food and drinks and whatnot. I just need as many people in there rooting for me so they can be clear victory.
Okay.
Last time it was me and 3 token Negroes. We didn't stand a chance.
Man, don't forget to follow your girl on Instagram at itsmi.chelle. If you haven't done so already, make sure you click the link in my bio. It'll take you to all my other podcast platforms, YouTube channel, Patreon, all my other social medias. And don't forget to tune in every Monday, because we're out here just trying to make the road to Friday a lot easier. And with that said, peace and love. We out.
Thank you.
I see you. It's me. 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 Shell.